I was asked to put together a video of putting the acrylic together, mixing it up, and how I make the acrylic for the pens. I use 6 different colors shown there, and this is the recipe that I've used that we found out looks about the way we want it to look. I have a digital scale here with 6 little cups that I pour 10, 15, 20 milliliters of the acrylic, part 1 of the acrylic, into the cups. We speed it up here a little bit. And I tried multiple different times to find the right recipe, if you will, for this pen to make it look exactly the way we wanted it to look. Then I just take a popsicle stick with a little bit of the acrylic color that I get, and I put a little dab in there and do that with each of the cups. Mix it around in real well, get it stirred up. It's obviously real important to get them mixed up really well so we don't have any dry spots in the liquid. Show you what the colors look like. I didn't get it centered real well, but those are the colors that we use. And then part 2 of the acrylic mixture, this will just be the hardening agent that'll cause the acrylic to get real hard when it's in the mold. Again, stirring it up. And the method I use for pouring it in here is really random. I try and alternate between the darker colors and the lighter colors on top of each other. I kind of swirl them in there. Sometimes I pour them lengthwise. I just kind of randomly put various colors. I don't have a certain sequence that I put in there because they all end up getting mixed together pretty much in the end. So I just try and put about the same amount in each time until I fill up the side. Again, if I was doubling the batch, I would fill both sides of this mold and make 2 at a time, which is typically what I do. But for the purposes of this video, I just made 1 blank. And everything that I have measured out will fit into there. And then all I do is I take a toothpick, just a regular old toothpick, and I swirl it all the way through. Just one time through, because I don't want to get it mixed up too much. I want to kind of have a swirl look to it if we can. I have my little homemade doofer here that I put the mold on. And then the contraption that I'm about to put this in is a pressure pot. It's actually a pot that I got from Harbor Freight that's normally used for painting. You pressurize it with paint. What I did is I modified the lid here that you'll see in a minute, and I capped off where the hose would hook up to for the paint to come out. Just capped it off and put a valve on with a meter, pressure meter, so I know what I'm putting in there. Get her tightened down real tight. And what this does is this will take all the bubbles out of the mixture. Otherwise, I've had trouble in the past, before I started using a pressure pot, the bubbles inside of the acrylic make it tough to turn and really detracts from the look of it when it's finished. And then I just hook it up to the air compressor, put about 50 to 60 psi pressure on it, close the valve, and let it sit. And then once it's done, the reverse, so just take the pressure off, get the lid off, and pop out the finished blank. And that's what it looks like before I cut it and tube it and turn it on the lathe. And that's the finished product.